When did you have to pick between family and future? I was 26 when I found out my dad had pancreatic cancer, and 6 months to live on the same morning when I was offered a promotion at work. The catch? If I wanted the promotion, I had to move to Japan by next month. They'd already interviewed 5 other people. If I said no, that was it. I'd never get another shot like this. My dad was the one who got me into computers in the first place. He bought me a beat-up Dell laptop from a garage sale when I was 12, and spent his weekends watching YouTube tutorials with me trying to figure out Python. Neither of us knew what we were doing. "You're gonna build something important," he'd say, even though he still typed with 2 fingers and called every website the Google. Now he was sitting at our kitchen table with a foot already in the grave, telling me to take the Tokyo job. "Don't you dare stay here for me," he said, his hands already shaking from the first round of steroids. "You can't throw away your whole life just to watch me get sick." But how could I leave? My mom walked out when I was 15, met some guy online, moved to Florida, never called again. I didn't want to be like her, but dad had already refused when I asked him to come with me. "This is my home. It's where I'm supposed to be." His only friend Tom worked doubles with 3 kids at home. If I went to Tokyo, dad would be taking Ubers to chemo alone, sitting in waiting rooms for hours, throwing up at 3 a.m. with nobody there. I kept picturing him collapsed on the bathroom floor, too weak to get up, reaching for his phone. That image haunted me for days. I couldn't eat since the food tasted like cardboard. Couldn't sleep either. Kept running through scenarios. What if he had a reaction while I was away and the paramedics were too late? My boss Brian pulled me into his office. "Look, I need an answer by Friday," he said, not unkindly. "The Tokyo team is waiting. If you're not taking it, I need to offer it to someone else." I just sat there, couldn't speak. I wanted to reject the offer right there and then, but my dad had already told me if I did that, he'd never forgive me. Meanwhile, his health was getting worse. I visited him last Tuesday and his skin had turned yellow, even the whites of his eyes. He'd lost 30 pounds. The jaundice made him look like a stranger, but it wasn't the cancer that scared me. It was how he started calling me 3-4 times a day. "Just checking in," he'd say, but I could hear it in his voice, the fear of being alone. He'd keep me on the phone while he watched TV, not really talking, just wanting someone there. "Don't hang up yet," he'd say when I tried to go. "Tell me about your day again." One night I found him watching Japanese cooking shows, taking notes on a legal pad with shaking hands. "For when you get homesick," he said, but then grabbed my arm. "You'd visit though, right? If you went, you wouldn't just disappear like your mother?" I'd written my resignation letter 15 times, deleted it 15 times, searching for a solution that didn't exist. On Friday, Brian called while I was sitting in Dad's hospital room. "Listen, I need to know today. Are you taking the Tokyo position?" I looked at my dad and felt my body go weak. "I'm sorry, Brian. I can't leave him alone." Brian sighed dramatically. "Man, that's disappointing. They wanted you specifically." He paused, but when I still didn't change my mind, he burst into laughter. Now I was pissed. "Are you laughing at my dad?" I asked, almost in a threatening tone. Brian's voice cut through the phone like glass. "Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh. It's just that I was messing with you." "What? Cheer up, man. When I told them you wanted to stay with your dad, they were more than impressed." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Wait, what are you trying to say?" Brian sighed again, but this time it sounded like a happy one. "They're offering you a remote position in the same exact role, so you can stay with your dad and still work." 3 weeks of agony just disappeared in an instant, and I started crying. Actual ugly crying. I worked from Dad's chemo suite every Tuesday and Thursday, with him giving me terrible ideas for marketing campaigns. And when he finally passed 14 months later, my company threw the biggest memorial for him.